Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I am excited to try the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Longwear Foundation today. This is a product that I have been curious about. You might have heard me mention it in a recent Will I Buy It? And the reason that I think this is interesting to me is because I've always loved Double Wear, just the original Double Wear. It's one of my favorite foundations. It's kind of one of those that I trust like 100% to get me through like a long day, a hot, sweaty day, someday when I need a little bit more coverage if I have a breakout that I'm dealing with, but not to make me look older. When I saw the claims for this foundation, I was like, yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I want. Let's see if you are my new favorite foundation. So we're gonna put this on today. The one thing that concerns me is that my favorite shade of Double Wear is 1N0, and this is 1N1. This is the lightest neutral shade they have. For years, I used to get the original Double Wear in this shade and it was too dark, so here's hoping it doesn't look too weird. And I bought this knowing it probably was gonna be a little dark, and I bought it anyway because I wanted to try the formula. It's crazy, right? I knowingly got something that I suspected was not gonna fit, but of course, you know, things could be different. Oh, it's very, very, very fluid. I thought we'd start out with a beauty blender on one side, brush on the other. Let's see how it applies. This is what the foundation looks like just on this side with the beauty blender. I think just in looking at it up close, it looks very skin-like. The one thing that surprised me is I got a little bit more coverage over this. I don't have any concealer, any corrector, anything down. And this age spot here, and I have a little patch of melasma here, a little discoloration here from some acne, and I feel like it really minimized without making it look like I was wearing heavy coverage over my problem spots. And I feel like that is something that is what I'm looking for. The other thing you can tell is this half of my face has a lot more redness and is a little bit more uneven in tone. I feel like I did a really great job of evening out my skin tone. I'm curious what's gonna happen when I use brush. The other thing that's surprising to me is how well this shade is suiting my skin, since it's just a hair too dark for me. And it could be because this sheer formula is, of course, sheer lighter weight. It's gonna blend easier and maybe be a little bit more flexible between skin tones. The other thing is also, when I was struggling to find a shade of Double Wear, I was ill enough to be in bed 14 to 16 hours a day, and I hadn't seen the light of day for like 5 or 6 years. And when you're inside all the time in bed and you don't really get out and the sun doesn't hit your skin, I was a little bit more fair than I am now. I really like the way this foundation looks on my skin. Now, it all comes down to how it wears, because I feel like I'm getting the coverage that I want. I do feel like I have just a hair more coverage on the side I used to brush on, and a little bit less. I think you can see it more like right here, the hyperpigmentation on my cheek right here compared to over here. They're about equal strength when I have like nothing on my face, but I feel like you can see just a little bit more of it here. But the one thing that I do like is the way that my skin looks perfected, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing a mask of foundation. The other thing that I am really liking is that there is a natural glow to my skin. I do feel like it sits nicely. I haven't set it, and I don't really feel like it's settling like instantly into my cavernous forehead wrinkles. There are some products that are so glowy and so dewy that the minute they get up there, like if you don't set them within like half a minute, it's like, and I have a line of foundation in my wrinkles. And you know, there's definitely product up there, but it's not calling attention to itself, which is what I'm looking for. I know I don't have the skin of a 20-year-old. I know that. I just want something that's gonna make me look my best. And this is the sort of coverage that I like. Now, here's hoping the sheer long wear aspect of this foundation kicks in. I'm gonna finish up my face and I'll be right back. It's 11:38. Okay, here's what I need to tell you. I took some time to make myself an extra cup of coffee. I was helping my daughter with her violin practice. I ended up taking a little bit more time with my makeup application today, and I used, multiple lip products, and I just used all the things today. I just was enjoying the process. So I would say I was done with the foundation application with a sponge and a brush right around 11 o'clock. And then I just took my time. So I'm gonna check in this evening. My goal is to get at least 10 hours, if not 12 hours, and see what this looks like. But if we're looking up close, let me zoom in, we'll take a better look. So if we're taking an up close look, I feel like you get a pretty good idea of what this foundation looks like. I always have problems with corners of my nose and in the lines in my forehead. And sometimes I'll have problems, I do like right in here. And we'll see what happens. Does this foundation settle? I feel like it gives me just enough coverage without being too much. I'm also super curious to see what this is like when I don't set my full face. Today I'm wearing nothing but powder products, so my full face is set, bronzer, blush, highlight, all powder products, but I would be really curious, how does it wear with cream products when I only set like my T-zone? But I'll check back later today and let you know what I think. It's 9:23 at night. I was able to spend just over 10 hours in this makeup. Here is what I will tell you. I feel like it did pretty good, but I feel like I'm losing coverage in my nose and on my chin. And I definitely feel like my pores are really obvious here. This foundation claims to control oil where you need it and to hydrate where you need it. The place I don't need it to be hydrating is right in here. And I feel like that's the one place on my face where this is not still looking beautiful. The other thing I will tell you is I did put a mask on today. I ran some errands, so I was in a mask for about 20 minutes, and I know that I had coverage rub off on my nose and on my chin while I was in a mask today. I think overall the rest of my face looks pretty good. I always look like to see what is settled in here, and it looks like there's some powder, there's some foundation right in these little guys here. But I don't think I have any in my nasal labial fold, which sometimes that does happen, or just like right in here in these little creases in the corner when I smile. I feel like overall it wears about as well everywhere else. I'm just not happy with the nose. And here's the thing, I haven't touched it up at all. I wonder if this would look better if I just put a little layer of powder over it. Let's try that. I'm going to use the Kosas powder. This is not the powder I had on earlier, but it's the one that's right here. I'm going to get some on my brush. I feel like adding just a little bit of powder to my nose, to my chin, and to my forehead has really revived this makeup. I normally end up touching my makeup up throughout the day, whether it's making sure I don't have eyeliner puddling in the corner of my eye, whether I need to refresh my lipstick or blot my nose. I normally do that, but I didn't want to do it today other than refreshing my lipstick so that you could get a really accurate view of how this wore for 10 hours. I was outdoors in 100+ weather today. It was 102. I wore a mask. I lost a little bit of transfer there. I could see lipstick on the inside as well as makeup like from this area, chin and nose. But I think that overall it held up pretty well for 10 hours. And I feel like if I'm looking at it, I like that it doesn't look heavy and cakey and made up. And I feel like I would be willing to give it the touch up that it needs to, look a little bit better here. The other thing I will tell you is I do feel like there is some product. I used a primer today, a mattifying primer, not a pore filling primer. I do feel like there is product kind of collecting in some of my pores, and definitely I feel like I can see just a few of those dots like right along the top of my nose and like right along and through here. I am going to continue to keep trying this foundation. I like how light it is. I like how natural looking it is. And tomorrow I'm going to plop it on and see how it does without setting anything more than like my under eye area. How does it do with other cream or liquid products on the rest of my face? Does it still wear for a long time like it claims to? Hey, thanks so much for watching today. I would love to know if you have a favorite foundation or favorite formula. Do you always go dewy? Do you always go matte? Are you looking for something kind of in the middle? Have you tried this, or is it kind of on your list of things that you want to try? Let me know in the comments down below, and I do promise to check back with you and kind of give you the update on how this foundation wears for more than just 10 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.